Good morning. I'm Brent Borouski. I am a trained Interprovincial Red Seal certified chef. Today I will be showing you how you can make your own in your home, make and bake your very own bread recipe. It's simple to do. It's easy to follow. I will be showing you a alternative off of a basic white bread recipe. You can also incorporate it as a whole wheat bread recipe. I will be demonstrating to you how to do this step by step, and I will be making a slight alteration to it. As I said, I'll be, rather than using a skim milk powder, I will be using a whey protein powder instead. You can substitute it with a soy protein or a vegan protein powder if you wish. Either one is to increase the protein within your daily intake. And I will be starting the Kenwood Chef. I'll be using the mixer here, and to work in the dough with a dough attachment, and then finish off by kneading the dough and working the dough and folding it to make it into a bread dough. And I found that it works best for me to add the dry ingredients together and then add your liquids to the dry ingredients, as I have found it much simpler to control the amount of liquids to make your dough. And it's just of my own preference, so you can do it to liquid to dry ingredients as well. So today I will start and I'll show you step by step. So in the beginning, in the mixer, you add 24 and a half 24.5 ounces of a bread flour. Although some bread recipes can be made very well using a all-purpose flour as well. It's just slightly protein, for the protein content within the flour, it's slightly less than the bread flour in which to utilize your protein glutens. It has more gluten in bread flour than all-purpose flour. So after that, 24.5 ounces of bread flour. I'll be adding 2 ounces of the whey protein powder. I've also added within the flour half a teaspoon of salt. I already put the salt in the flour mixture. And next I'll be using dextrose rather than sucrose. It's a common table sugar. Dextrose, I found it's a natural sweetener. Dextrose is basically a powdered glucose, which your body uses more readily and absorbs more quickly than sucrose. So the uptake of your nutrients will be quicker, and it's used mostly for an energy source. And so 2 ounces of the dextrose, followed by, say, 2 ounces of yeast. I'm using a baker bakery format of a quick rise yeast. You can use the package yeast as well in the store, which is portioned out for you, just the number of packets that you add to it. I find you do not have to hydrate it to make it to respond and react. Now I'm just going to slightly mix it together, make sure it's all mixed in the flour. As I said, I'm doing it dry ingredients and then adding my liquid as well. Setting the mixer on 1, and eventually I'll increase it to 2 after everything is mixed in. And next I'm using a butter, melted butter. You can use a softened melted butter or melted butter or margarine or shortening you can use in replace thereof. I find a little bit more tasteful than shortening, so, which most recipes call for. And now I'll be adding my water, just straight water into it. The temperature of which should be between 110 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit, slightly warmer than lukewarm water, which will help make it react a little longer, especially if you do not have a proofer, and it'll help make the dough react faster and more quickly than you don't. Once again, scrape down the side of the bowl, make sure it's mixed thoroughly. Now add your liquid, your water, lukewarm water, slightly warmer than lukewarm, 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, which will help in the rise and proof it in areas where there's low humidity and moisture. And once it's mixed, you see around the bowl, it's wet and sticky. The dough is wet and sticky. After all the ingredients are mixed in, I will increase the second setting on the mixer, which will help increase the speed and work the glutens and within the flour and the dough. And also, you want to make sure it's whipped enough, mixed enough, so all the bowl along the sides comes clean and to make our dough. Just adding a little bit more flour. And then I will be finishing off after it's mixed together. I'll be kneading it and stretching and working the dough and then folding it and putting it into bread pan here, which is already coated. So you just need a slightly greased bread pan, and I kind of like to use butter or margarine rather than shortening, as again it's personal preference, but for a better mouthfeel, I find. Okay, the dough's all mixed in. little bit more. Try and dust the flour a little bit surface here so it doesn't stick. And like I said, I'm using the dough hook of the mixer attachment. Or you could also knead it by hand as well, and mix it by hand. As in the old-fashioned, old-school method. Now when kneading, just push it forward, fold it, roll it up, and push it forward, working the dough, mixing it together. Again, stretching and working the dough so the glutens are being formed, strengthening the structures of the dough. Then I'm going to roll it into a ball and then form it by folding it and putting it into the bread pan. After that, it will be proofed. Proofing it, I'll be proofing it not in a proofer, but out just in the open air to prove that it can work. And just need a little bit more time, about 15-25 minutes rise time or proofing time, and then before baking it in the oven, which will be set at about anywhere from 375 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, ideally about 390 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. 25 minutes, yeah, for a single loaf in a regular standard oven. Okay. Since we don't have a baker's oven, the heat is hotter and doesn't need to take as long. Okay. Pour it into a bowl. Nicely roll it. Now press it down. Fold the top half inwards, bottom half inwards like that. Both sides inwards as well. See, I'm making a rectangular shape, and then we do that again. Push down. Inwards by a half, and the ends in. Try to pinch the bottom together a little bit to make sure the bottom will be sealed. And your rectangular loaf into your bread pan. Let it proof for 15 to 25 minutes, and then the quickness, it should actually look like this. It should have rose about 2 to 3 times in height. 2 to 3 times in height. And then you stick it in the oven. Again, I use about 390 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. And to quicken things up, it should come out looking like this. A nice loaf of bread. After it's baked. After it's baked, simply brush it with a little butter on top, which will help make the bread, the crust of the bread softer and easier to slice, and also make it more flavorful and taste better. Okay, remove it from the bread pan and let it rest on a rack and let it cool. And then later on you can package it. Preferably they use paper bags, but you can also use plastic, but for your own personal preference once again. And there it is, a fresh look at making your own bread. Quickly, easily, and simply. I did a variation. It's a protein bread. It increases the amount of protein you can have in your daily diet just by having 1 or 2 slices extra a day, which will increase the amount of protein, which is a complete protein, and which will increase the daily intake of protein. That is all for now. I will be making other videos later on to show you other things that I've learned in the years, and I hope you enjoy it, and good luck in your own bread making. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.